sometimes you can't choose your client, and there's also times where you have to fire your client. I've had that experience. um, I think there's a tendency sometimes when you're a young designer to just take all comers because you're excited, and what happens is you end up going at the lowest rate, and you're getting clients that are what I call, sometimes they're just, that's what they're looking for, the lowest rate, not the best work, right? And at the same time, you'll get clients where, and I know almost everybody here has experienced this, where you go from your coded designs like comp 1A and suddenly it becomes comp 5Z or whatever, and there's just no decision making, right? So I think what it's like is you eventually learn that your time is the most important thing that you can focus on, and that you've got to manage your time really well, and you've got to manage your client really well to keep them on track. They don't know design, right? You know design. You're the expert. So you're not an order taker. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap where you become, all right, let's just do whatever the client wants me to do. No, your job is actually to redirect and direct clients because you have studied it, you're an expert into it, and you're pointing them in a direction that's not a science. You have to remember, design is art, right? It's a matter of liking and perspective. So point them into your perspective. That's why they hired you. When you don't do that, what happens is that you get a design that the client pointed you in, right? And if you really want to become somebody who's good at their field, it's because you have an opinion, and that opinion is what they're paying for. It's not the number of hours you spent on a project.
Pretty brutal for everybody, especially if you're starting out as a freelance designer, and you really have to pick up a lot of skills. And the thing that you're good at in your own creative field is only your foundation, and that doesn't bring you anywhere else unless you learn how to create a system for you to get clients, and then a system for you to manage clients properly, and a system for you to be able to pass on the work to other people if you need some help. And and that and that whole, basically you're a project manager, and also making sure you make money. So freelancing is essentially a business, and if you get into freelancing, you get into business, you get into entrepreneurship, which I think is very in line with being a creative person at entrepreneurship, because you take risks essentially. And so having to do all those things and pick up all those skills, you also have to build your whole story and your whole brand while juggling all those skills. Um, and the most important thing is really making a living out of it. And that skill is really finding the clients, making sure they're happy, delivering the work, and then making sure there's more clients coming in the pipeline. So yeah, that's my take on that.